What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. We are back for some more F1 25 My Team Career. We are here for round number 6 of the championship, or round number 7, sorry, of the championship. We are here for the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, potentially the final race at Imola, which is a tough pill to swallow because I absolutely love this track, but it is looking like it's going to be the last race here on F1 25 at Imola, but yeah, it's a shame, but if you did not check out the last video, please go check that out. It was at Miami, and definitely was not the best of weekends, and unfortunately the team boss will take the blame for that one, which is me. But got some title sponsor discussions kind of going on, and also Jack Crawford, early talks can start beginning with Jack. Now obviously there could be some things in place for, you know, the new 26 expansion DLC. Debate not just doing one season of this and then just continuing on into 26, but Jack, I mean, I feel like maybe having these two rookies for another season, I mean, going into new regulations, they might work, you know what I mean? So something we'll have to look at, but yeah, so early talks are beginning with Jack, but we will see kind of what happens. But rivalry right now, it's 7-5. I think V-Carb has us beat, but also engineering, we have improved some of the aerodynamics, or I think it was just a promotion into the chassis department, from my understanding. I cannot really remember too much, but yeah, got a couple upgrades kind of getting ready in development, and we have a couple slots already kind of getting ready, and well, the gearbox, we can chuck that on, and that will be ready, and that's going to go onto both cars, so we'll kind of calm down the ICE wear, which is one of the big parts of this race car, but obviously in 26 it's now 50% of the internal combustion engine, so there's that. But also personnel, we're going to do some upgrading on, and I think maybe something in corporate. A secondary sponsor would actually help us with money, but also having to keep an eye on the budget cap is one thing that we're going to have to follow here pretty soon. But there's a couple things we'll do for corporate, and we'll just kind of just see what we can get, I guess you could say. But we're going to do, I think we were trying to do something, but we just didn't really know what we were going to do. Cable assembly, that might be the next thing we might put on this race car. Also, we got fuel efficiency, which is kind of like whatever. But the cable assembly, this is a minor weight reduction upgrade, and that will be getting ready for research around Monaco time, so I think we're going to do that. But the ICE is possibly going to be next. We have a good amount of resource points to use, so I think maybe that will be the way, and we were going to do that. So that must have been the gearbox. I completely messed that up, as I always do, you know. My play-by-play is not the best over the years. It has kind of fallen off. But tire blankets are coming on. That has passed. The wing mirrors have passed. Next up, just a couple income, and Chief, we have a failure.
That we have parts on the car.
And that was the spark plugs that I think failed into development, but we can upgrade some things with the aero. We have a lot of aero upgrades that are just kind of backed up right now, and we just can't really get them on already because, again, we don't have that much facility to kind of do. But we're going to equip this to Mr. Lee, so he's going to get, or I think that might have been Crawford or Lee, one of the two, but they're going to get the wing mirrors, and or not the, I think it, I'm not sure if it's the wing mirrors or something else, but wing mirrors, there we go. This is a big upgrade. This is going to help our straight line speed. That's going to get ready hopefully for Canada, and I think we're going to do that. So yeah, we're going to get that ready for Canada at a track where you kind of do need some straight line speed at a couple corners, but you know, obviously as we kind of approach that second half of the season, there's going to be a lot of tracks that are low downforce, so definitely have to keep an eye on that. But we have some, just kind of looking around and seeing what we have, and just honestly just kind of looking around seeing what we do have. But also the spark plugs have failed, so that's a shame. Or that might have been the floor and the spark plug. So yeah, actually we had both upgrades fail, so that's a bit of a shame. I thought they were both going to pass, but oh, looking onto the performance, yeah, we're very much off the pace on the graph, it says, and yeah, maybe was not too great. But resource points are checked. Practice kind of went as well as you think it would go. Nothing too crazy, just kind of got the feeling of the car. The car does not feel too bad. Definitely, I think it's going to be tough into Q2, I think, but Q2 I think is definitely possible. Race pace, it's there. It's at a permanent track, so I'm a little bit happy. But we'll just have to kind of see what happens and just kind of play it how it goes, I guess you could say. But qualifying is next, and let's see what we can do.
Welcome along everybody to Imola, just down the road from Ferrari HQ, and they know a thing or two about pace, and pace today is king. It's qualifying day, and it's great to have you with us.
And here we go, time for qualifying for Imola. Like I said, I felt pretty good in the race car. Obviously, I think the upgrades are slowly getting this race car to being really good. Again, we just had a tough string of performances lately, and just going on the street circuits, it just seems like the car just does not handle well at the street circuits compared to a permanent track. So the cars do feel a lot better on the permanent tracks compared to the street and road circuits. But here we go, into Q1 so far, and yeah, like I said, just kind of pushing the car to the limit, and the car's taking it pretty well. We are just throwing this car in everywhere we can kind of get it into to just kind of see where we maximize the performance. We're going to come across the line now. Hopefully this is a decent lap. We had a little bit of an error down at Aqua Minerale, but it's a 1:16.9 on that first lap, so obviously that lap was not too bad, but it's going to put us into P21, so obviously we want a little bit more out of that lap, in which we will do as we come across the line to start a second flying lap here at Imola, and hopefully this gets us some time. Like I said, track evolution, it's coming in very quickly, and I think we can easily find a full second, if anything, on this racetrack. But here we go into Villeneuve, and just trying to keep it a little too much. Oh, kind of hit the outside curb there and lost the car. And that is thankfully, we got away with not a lot of damage. So I am very much grateful, but we're going to go out again. And basically what we're just going to do is we're just going to go out. We had enough fuel for a second run, so we're going to just try to find some time on a set of tires that are pretty warm. But down in the 5th gear, through Tamburello chicane, which is very tricky. I would say Tamburello is by far one of the hardest, I think, on this racetrack, as we head into the final 2 corners here, and down the main straight we go. 4 minutes left to go in this qualifying session, so this lap does have to count when we come across the line, and it's P11 so far, so that's pretty good right now. It's pretty good, as we obviously had found a good amount of time through both the Ravazzas, and also that mistake in Villeneuve actually did cost us, obviously, with that little spin. But final lap now, here we go. I don't think we're safe. I think there's a lot of cars that can improve, but we'll have to find some time. Already so far up by a 10th. It's definitely there. I think the lap time is coming in, and I think it's going to really... It's coming. I think this lap is going to be pretty good, but so far down to P13, so people are finding time. That was brilliant through there, but we actually lost time. We didn't gain much time, but we approached the exit of Variante Alta, and we were able to sort of...
We've been pushed down to P17.
I mean, we were sort of able to just kind of find some time there a little bit, and I think that's going to put us P16. Yes, it does. It does put us P16, so there we go. So, pretty good, and we're into Q2, so that's the first time I think we're in Q2 in a really long time. I want to say, I think the last time we were in Q2 was Australia, if I am not mistaken, but yeah, just beat out Albon as well. That gap was close. I think that was around 5/1000ths of a second, so that was very close there, but Jack's out, and he wasn't far off Doohan, or he wasn't far off much, but he just didn't really... Fortunately, just couldn't really get that car sort of in. But here we go for Q2 time. Time to basically just chuck this car in. Like I said, I mean, this car, it's coming in like it's clicking. I mean, everything is clicking how I want it. It's very stable. I will say very stable. Just a little bit of some micro movements in the steering wheel that just kind of, the car kind of steps out a little bit, but I think it's just me pushing the limit pretty aggressive. And like I said, that was very much pushing the limit. We made a very costly mistake coming out of the second Ravazza there. We're going to come across the line now. It's going to be a 1:16.1, so that's still P16, but here we go for the final run. And well, we don't really know much of the gap, so we just have to kind of guess it, I guess you could say. But here we go for the final run here around the Emilia-Romagna circuit for Q2. I think Q3 can happen, but I think it's going to be tough, as we so far through take the first couple of corners very well. We actually lost some time there, way too much curb through both Tamburello as we head through Villeneuve now. Get the car down to 6th, down into 5th. Very good exit there, and you want to approach it down into basically the second half of the lap. And well, we did not find much time at all. I mean, we have found basically nothing. It was a personal best in the middle sector, and that is going to do it in Tamburello. Slight mistake there, and track limits has costed us, and we are out into Q2, which I kind of did expect. I mean, I definitely maybe thought Q3 was a stretch, but I think it definitely could have happened. But yeah, that's it. And we had to find roughly half a second, and I don't think that was there, but I think definitely mid-pack 13th could have been possible. But well, overall, I mean, we got good pace. We just have to maximize the potential in the race, and hopefully we don't make a mistake. So time for Sunday.
Hello there and welcome back to Imola, home circuit of the Scuderia Ferrari. We expect to see a lot of local supporters wearing red today, and they've all turned out for what we're expecting will be a sensational event here at the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. One lap of Imola, anti-clockwise of course, unlike most Formula One circuits, will take our drivers round 3.1 miles of track, 19 turns, 9 right-handers and 10 to the left. Drivers will need to be precise at the hairpin at turn 7, given the subsequent uphill section. Without a good exit from that corner, they'll lose a lot of time on that stretch. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And Oscar Piastri completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Norris, and Sir Lewis Hamilton, and Tsunoda, Fernando Alonso, Ocon, Antonelli, and George Russell, Sainz, Gasly, Isaac Hadjar, and Bortoletto, Lee, Albon, Nico Hülkenberg, and Lance Stroll, Lawson, Behrman, Doohan, and Jack Crawford rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track. And alongside me today, a man who I'm always pleased to see join me in the commentary box, Anthony Davidson. And the whole world of Formula One can't exist the way we do, walking with smiles on our faces and loving our time together. This new outfit has got a bit of a rivalry going, and I get the feeling a few noses are being put out of joint here.
Well, that's a good thing though, Crofty. You know what? If you're a member of that team, the new 11th team, take it as a backhanded compliment. It means you're doing very well, too well, and the other teams don't like it.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Mr. Jack Crawford will not let you down, Mark, as I have full trust in my driver. Here we go. Welcome to the grid. 32 laps around Imola. It's quite a long race for a 50%. I will say, obviously, this track is 62 laps. It is a very short circuit as well. Very short. So, obviously, there's a lot of opportunities here. Overtaking-wise, it's going to be tough, but what I mean by opportunities is being able to just pull a one-stop off, and that is the goal today, because I think a lot of these AI, they're going to do a two-stop. I think a one-stop is going to work, and I think that is the best option for this. And everybody's on mediums to hard compound tires and softs as well, so a couple little bit of mixed strategies throughout this grid, so we'll have to kind of see what happens. But here we go for the 5 red lights here at Imola. 32 laps. This is going to be really fun. Hopefully we can get some points, and we are underway for round number 7 of the championship. Got a pretty decent start, able to jump already 3 cars already off the line, and Gabby as well. He got a brilliant start. We might send it down the inside on the kick sauber, and we do. We actually make a lot of moves, and down the inside, and Gasly here through Tamburello, and Gasly just kind of stays ahead, but we're still side by side as we approach Villeneuve here through turns 5 and 6. Who's going to back out? Gasly around the outside. He kind of got compromised there, just kind of stuck our nose in there, and he kind of maybe had a little bit of a microtransaction, or I guess you could say a microtransaction, but a wheel had to mainly just do a micro adjustment with the race car to just kind of avoid us, but we're able to do it, and we move up into P11. So a brilliant start off the line Next up is Kimi Antonelli and George Russell, and this is kind of where we realize that obviously I don't think we'll have enough to challenge a Mercedes, but if we keep it close, there might be something, and there might be. I think there's a Haas up there as well, if I'm not mistaken. That's kind of in that pack. So hopefully that Haas just kind of slows everybody down. But here comes Gasly coming like a rocket, and he's also got a fantastic run, Antonelli, but he just didn't really have the room. Here comes Bortoletto down the inside. Gabby as well packs out that 1-0, so we kind of shut the door on Gabby. But yeah, now we just have to kind of follow Gasly through on lap 2 and just kind of see if we got pace. Slight mistake there through Toza, turn 7. Don't want to hit that inside curb there. As you can see, the car just kind of got unstable a little too much. So slight mistake from our side, but we keep going. We didn't lose too much time, but we just got to kind of get that second back. And, well, we were able to stay within a second. And Gabby as well, he doesn't have much of the, he's got good straight line speed, but again, he just was too far back. And that dirty air did compromise. So side by side between Gasly and Antonelli. We might go for 2 for 1 here around the outside of Gasly as well. Through Villeneuve, we shut the door on Gasly, and we make that pass. That was a fantastic move around the outside of both of those drivers. And we move up now into the points. And we actually have a pretty good gap behind as well, I will say. But we have a yellow flag, and that's Oscar Piastri. He has a engine issue. So Piastri with that Mercedes engine going up and going up in a boom. Smoke. Poor guy. Poor Piastri. And he is out of the race on that one. And there's our first track limits warning of the night. And now we move up, obviously, up into P9 with that DNF. But lap 5 now. Not Gasly. Ocon is next. Gasly is behind, but Gasly actually might get around us here because we just made another mistake through Tamburello, and that cost us quite a bit. But you know what? I think that might have, I guess I will say I'm a little bit happy to not have a car that just spun around there or able to catch it, I guess you could say. But Antonelli, he is going to have a fantastic run down the main straight here, and he is most likely going to make this pass here, just kind of seeing where he is. And there he is around the outside, still side by side with Antonelli, but we let Antonelli have that. He's sort of our race, but not really our race, because he's going to have a lot more better pace compared to us overall. But Albon, he's behind. I think Albon is going to make a pass here on us. He's got pretty good pace as well, considering like a lot of these other cars. But again, just another mistake through there, and we lost more time through Aqua Minerale. There goes Albon. There goes Bortoletto, and here comes Carlos Sainz around the outside as well. Sainz kind of compromised the line. Actually, oh no, we broke our wing on Carlos there, and I'm not sure if Carlos had to back out or he hit the brakes or he compromised his line, but we got damage out of that, and that just broke the end plate right off. But yeah, we'll definitely need a safety car for that one, because that was a bit naughty, but that was also just, I guess you could say, some hard racing. So Sainz, well, he breaks our wing, but he continues on. He doesn't have a puncture. Might have some floor damage on that race car as well, but Ollie Behrman jumps ahead. Hadjar, I think, is 6/10 back, and I think he definitely got some pace, but I don't think he's going to have enough to pass us at the moment so far. But yeah, now we just have to kind of settle in. And with this front wing damage, I don't want to pit off to get this wing damage, but you can just see I was pretty confident I'd keep Hadjar behind, but Hadjar, he kind of just was able to just come in like a bullet, and he's just going to be able to make a he's going to make a pass here. And like I said, I don't think the damage is too bad. It's definitely something I could continue to drive on, but we're not going to have so much of a great front end so far. But Hulkenberg down the inside through the Tamburello, and we kind of just gave him enough space, but he just could not really get that move done. So he'll have to sit back and try again. And there's another mistake for us, and that was just with the wing damage. And Lawson coming like a bullet, and he just chucks it in there. And he stuck it in there, foot flat out. He was not backing out until he saw Goddard checker flag at that point. And he kind of gave us a little, I mean, obviously, Lee throws the hand up, like, what are you doing? But that was fair. Race control keeps it clean. And nearly after all that moment, we almost dropped it. And Brendon, yeah, he's not having the time of his life out there. He kind of got screwed over there so far. So this race started from a high, has gone down to a low. Now we're sitting P17. A couple people have pitted, And I think we're going to see some more cars in, and there we go. We have some cars in. We have Hajar in,
Okay, so
Bortoletto
gap
in,
to the car
Albon in,
ahead,
Gasly in.
1.8
I think that was
seconds.
Gasly, or yeah, that was Gasly that's in. A couple other people as well. Here comes Jack Doohan. Does he make a pass? He's down the inside through Tamburello. We don't really defend that too much, and we give him a little squeeze there, kind of cut him off, and he will have to back out of that one. Gasly onto the hard. He's most likely doing a one-stop race, and I think some one-stops. I think some of these guys are going to do it. I think some of these guys are going to do it, but I think a lot of this grid is going to go for a two-stop strat, and I think Alonso is one of them because, like I said, Alonso on a medium compound, so he is going to have to do a two-stop race. But we're not going to repair the wing. We're going to keep the wing as it is, and Doohan just came in like a bullet again, and well, we jump ahead of him, but he just kind of, I think he just burned some battery through there, and he kind of came like a rocket, but we sort of live off and not really defend it, but you know, we just stayed ahead so far. But yeah, lap 10, just trying to settle in at this point now. That is the whole goal. But yeah, this race has, again, it's just flipped upside down. It really has, because we started off well, but again, I think with the wing damage, I don't think it's going to be too bad. So we just have to kind of continue on and carry on through here. But we have a yellow flag back there. That is someone that has an issue, and that is Alex Albon. And kind of fast forward just a little bit, and trying to catch it on the replay as quick as I could as well. But yeah, that's an engine issue for Mr. Alex Albon. So another Mercedes powered car with an issue. And here comes the rest of the guys as well in. Hulkenberg, Lawson, Behrman, Sainz, Tsunoda. All these guys are in, and we're going to be next up into the box. And there's the confirmation. Alex Albon is out of this race. And well, good stint with the front wing damage. We're going to come into the box now. We're going to get a fresh set of hard tires on it. We are going to go to the end of the race on this compound. So I think it definitely is going to, I think this is going to be worth it. This strategy is bold, but I think it's definitely doable. However, we are going to be last and dead last, as kind of expected. Everybody else did pit, but we come out now, and good pit stop from the boys. It was pretty quick, I'll say, but now we have to drive our ass off to kind of able to score a point. But like I said, it's going to be really tough, so I think it definitely is possible, but it's going to be tough. And lap 16 so far, I mean, we are catching up to Jack pretty quickly, and like I said, I think this upgrade that we did to this race car has definitely improved on the permanent tracks. I will say that very much. But yeah, caught the curb there, and that's a 3-second time penalty coming our way, and I think that might have been a double warning there, and I think that may be what got us the 3 seconds. So that might have been a double warning there. I thought we had only one, but I guess that we already had 3, so whoops. And got to keep it clean for the rest of the race without track limits. But yeah, a track where track limits is brutal, but once you get them, you get them, and it is a shame. But we made the pass on Jack. He is just kind of nowhere at the moment with his car. Don't know really where his pace has gone, but we passed Jack, and we continue on lap 17 now. So I mean, now it's just full push. It really is just full push. And like I said, it's just guys having to come in to do their second pit stops. Strolls in, and we have good pace. We have really strong pace. I think we're.
Okay, Jack is in the pits.
I think this
Jack in the
car. I
box.
mean, like I said, with the front wing damage, obviously it's not great, but we definitely have pace. And there is one of the main, the cork in the bottle to kind of get things going, and that's Fernando Alonso, and he is in, and he just pitted on lap 20 to get a set of hard compound tires on that Aston Martin. I think that was a hard compound, and like I said, a lot of these other guys as well, they're gonna have to come in now. We're gonna jump ahead of Alonso on the hards. We're on the hards as well, and on lap 17 Alonso is going to slide into 18th. So now a lot of these guys that are doing the two-stop, they're gonna start coming in now. So that is for sure. But Alonso, he is going to be all over the back of us here pretty soon. He is very quick in that Aston. That Aston has been flying all race, and it really has. In all of the qualifying sessions and practice, Alonso was very quick. But down the inside on Doohan's just kind of vulnerable. He's just a sitting duck at this point. And Alonso, he is just kind of back here as well, but he just can't really make that pass. We had DRS, and we were just kind of pushing along, but Alonso, he's going to have a brilliant opportunity to get us here on the next straight, and again, just very much a lot of oversteer through both the Ravazzas there on turn 17 and 18, and that was
Okay, no issues with
not the
tyre wear
best.
for
But
now.
there goes Alonso.
Keep taking
He
care of
is gone, and he is waving. He's waving goodbye, because yeah, he is. He's gone. I mean, he's gone. We can't catch him. Got any clean air? He's got that. He's got a fresh set of hard compound tires on that race car. It is kind of game over at that point. Lap 23 now. We're sitting P9, but points are kind of looking slim at this point because Ocon and Gasly are there. So points, you kind of wish points would go down to 12. However, that does not happen. They're telling me to box this lap. We're going to deny that. I know what Jack is. I'm not Jack, Brendon. I know what Jack is doing. Jack is basically dead last and he's off the pace. Brendon, I know what we're doing with Brendon, and he's doing a fantastic job so far. And we just got eaten up like, we just got eaten up like soup. I mean, there goes Ocon, there goes Gasly, and these two side by side through turn 1, they make it. And Gasly, two best friends, I guess you could say, not really, side by side through there, and Gasly jumps ahead of his ex-teammate there, and Carlos Sainz, he is next to make a pass here. But yeah, now Sainz, I don't even think he can even catch up to those guys up front. But look at the gap behind. We got a 12-second gap from behind, so we're sitting good. However, this race has just kind of died down quite a bit, and I just slowly starting to think that points is not in touch. We need like a big crash, and we also cannot afford a safety car right now in this race. But there goes Carlos. He is gone, and at this point, well, we got really nowhere to fight because then we're not even going to be able to catch up to Science. So we're just kind of going around the racetrack, and we're just kind of sitting around, and you could just kind of see on these replay shots with the front wing damage. Yeah, Hajar and them, they are catching, but I don't think they're going to get close within that 3-second range. I think they're going to be around 4 seconds back, so it's going to be close, but they might be able to do it. But last lap, here comes Max Verstappen, and he has basically, after that Piastri DNF, he has basically taken the reins, and he is going to win the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. Max Verstappen wins the race for Red Bull. He wins and completes the Italian job, and one Italian, and the Italian team, Scuderia Ferrari, Charles Leclerc coming on P2 for Ferrari, and third place is the man himself, George Russell. And seeing all that footage, Jack Crawford was lapped in there, so Jack's pace was not good at all. But it's going to be P12 for us. Tire light came on at the end. However, these guys were able to get close, and we're going to slot down quite a bit of positions.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
And in the end, there was no Verstappen. Max Verstappen, he takes victory.
And that's 2 wins in a row now. It's the start of potentially something special, but they can't get ahead of themselves just yet. It's a long way to go.
What a day it's been for Formula One, and what a day it's been for these 3 drivers. Time for the podium celebrations. Time for our drivers to celebrate. And for those that have missed the Dutch national anthem, fear not. It's back again, because Max Verstappen is back on the top step.
So there you have it. Verstappen wins at Imola. He completes one of the Italian jobs, and yeah, good race from him. And from our side, we did everything right. I think that front wing damage was just too much, but yeah, just that slight mistake for Mr. Brendon in that 3-second definitely costed us. But again, points were, seeing the pace of the other cars around us, points were looking pretty slim so far through all that kind of towards the end. But yeah, like I said, we saw into P14. Like I said, we lost 2 positions at the end. I thought we were clear from Hajar and Bortoleto, but they just, they were catching like crazy. So tire light came on. Like I said, we got those tire wear upgrades coming onto the race car soon, so that is going to help performance as well, hopefully. But yeah, there it is, and we just nicked ahead of Liam Lawson in the Kiwi, so we just kind of beat him. And yeah, there we go, Jack, and with a voice crack there as well, Jack finished a lap down. So and also Doohan was also almost lapped, but yeah, there you have it. And yeah, there's your standings. Verstappen now is not Verstappen, that is Piastri that's still leading the championship. And yeah, Brendon still yet to score. So 4 cars yet to score: Stroll, Lawson, Lee, and Doohan. So there's that, and now we sit P11 within the constructors. So prize money is not looking too great for us at the moment, but like I said, I think we will be just fine. And obviously going into the 26 expansion coming up pretty soon in April, if I am mistaken. I think it's in towards the end of April, early May. So like I said, I think the Savage Motorsports is going to be just fine as we approach the new regulations. And when it comes to driver lineup times, I mean, yeah, so far, I mean, like I said, it's still mid-season. But next season, I think there's a good possibility we could possibly keep both of our drivers, and we're basically going to have to, because basically career is going to make us reset, and we're not going to be able to afford like Carlos Sainz or Isaac Hadjar. So it's quite unfortunate, but that is it for us, and that is it for me. So there you have it. So like I said, next race is Monaco, back on a street circuit, and at a track where the AI are pretty slow. So I'm curious to see how they're going to perform on 25. And hopefully they are pretty quick, because again, Monaco always seems to be a good race for the player itself. But that is it for me today, guys. Thank you everybody for watching this video. Thank you for all the support you guys give this channel. I appreciate every single one of you guys. And have a great rest of your day, have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you guys in the next video.